It's not your stroke, it's your approach. Most golfers practice putting, but the harsh reality is almost no one ever makes serious improvement. And it's because you don't practice with a specific plan or goal in mind, and you don't track what really matters. Well, the good news is in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do to know that you're improving putting and the simple steps to help you get dramatically better. All right, let's start with the first key. If you want to improve your putting and know that you're getting better, you've got to start by practicing with a specific plan. What I mean by that is when I go out on the practice green, I'm always working on something. I'm not just rolling the ball around, and I'm trying to create course conditions. For instance, sometimes I'll go out and work purely on green reading. Other times I'll go out and work on starting putts online and maybe use a gate drill or the one putt ruler like I'm using here to simply work on my setup and make sure that I'm starting putts on my intended line, keeping the putter face square, all those things. I work on that, but work on something specific when you're on the practice green instead of just going out and rolling balls around, and make it like you are on the course. So my suggestion is find an area where you think you're weakest, where you need the most help, because that's the area you can make the most improvement the quickest, and go out and specifically work on that. And then the second thing is actually track your results. If I'm working on speed and distance control, I'll put a target out there and a tolerance, short or long, of that target. And I'm going to work on how many times in a row can I hit a 30 or 40-foot putt inside that target, because I'm working on speed and distance. And I'll write that down. And then the next time I'm working on that same drill, I'll write down my results. And I want to see that I'm getting better. Same thing with starting putts online. I want to see exactly how many times in a row I can make a 3-footer, a 6-footer, a 9, whatever. I want to see how many times in a row I can roll the putt straight up my target line and over an intermediate target 9 inches out in front of the ball. And I'll keep results on that and track that. The next time I go back to the practice green, I'm trying to do one better and one better. But constant progress, you don't know if you're getting better unless you're tracking that. A great way to know whether or not you're improving is to use some kind of a measurement to track against, like strokes gained putting. And strokes gained putting can be pretty complex. Let me make it simple for you. If I've got a 9-foot putt, tour pros make 44% of those, which means on average a tour pro from 9 feet will take 1.56, a little more than 1.5 strokes to get the ball in the hole from 9 feet. Well, now if I want to compare myself against that, I'll go out and say, let's see, if I hit 1.5 strokes, I want to be equal to or better than a tour pro from this distance, or at least that's my personal goal. You might try to compare to a scratch golfer or whatever. But it's 1.56 strokes they take. So if they took 10 putts, that would be 15.6 strokes. Well, now I'm going to line up like I'm doing in the video on the screen here and go at putts from 9 feet. And I'm treating it like I would on the golf course, not lining up a 9-footer and playing drag and whack, but actually treating it like I would on the golf course, reading the putt, going through my full routine and stroking the putt. And my goal is to get to 15 or 16 at least to start. That's pretty close to a tour pro. And I make the putts from different locations, even a couple from the fringe, off the green. I'm trying to recreate course conditions. And in this instance, it took me 14 putts to sink 10 starting at 9 feet from the hole, which is better than the PGA Tour average. I don't do that well all the time, and I'm not playing with the pressure of competition, but still, you get the point. And so I write that down and track that. The next time I come out, I'll work on that and track my numbers again and see if I'm getting better. Good news is you don't have to go out on the practice green to do this. You can do it at home with your putting mat. I love my Prime Putt putting mat because it's durable. I can use it indoors and outdoors. Put it on the patio, put it on my driveway, which I'm practicing slope and green reading and all of that. And the folks at Prime Putt have come up with, for their customers, a strokes gained putting scorecard. It gives you for distances 3, 6, 9, and 12 feet. And by the way, my Prime Putt mat has markers for 3 feet, 6 feet, 9 feet, 12 feet. So it's easy to keep up and track. But they've got the numbers for a PGA Tour Pro, a scratch golfer, and an 18 handicapper, a 90s shooter. And so you can actually use their little scorecard and track how you compare to each one of those. And if you're a higher handicap golfer, then you want to compare yourself to the 18 handicap, and you want to get to the point and work on your putting to the point that you're consistently better than that. But the bottom line is you track your results, you work on specific things, you know what you need to work on, and you'll get progressively better. And not only that, you'll know you're getting better, which will boost your confidence out on the course in a huge way. No, this is not a paid video, but Prime Putt did sponsor this video. What that means is I don't get paid for the video or for promoting Prime Putt, but I am an affiliate of theirs. And if you purchase a Prime Putt putting mat with the affiliate link that I give you, I do receive a commission. So now that we got full disclosure out of the way, one of the things I love about my Prime Putt mat is that you lay the turf out and it fits to the contour. Like I've got an uphill putt that goes flat here at the end about 10 feet. The Prime Putt turf is quality. It most closely represents real grass, which I'm going to play on in the course. It's at a stemp speed of about 10 to 11. And the thing is, I just picked this up in the garage and rolled it out. I don't have to iron it or worry about crinkles or lumps or bumps. It's a quality product. Now I'm working on, this is 9 feet, the marker there for 9. So I'm working on 10 footers here, 10 footers here that are fairly extreme uphill. Cups, they put a lot of R&D into these cups and a lot of money in R&D into these cups, and they're real like the ones on the golf course. In other words, if it misses here, it misses and lips out on the golf course and makes make. That's realistic. Another great way to track your results is when you go out on the practice green, play it like you would 18 holes on the golf course and treat it like you're going to do during your round. For instance, this putting green that I'm on has 6 holes. So 3 times 6 is 18. I'll take one ball, walk up on the putting green, grab my putter, toss that ball out. Wherever it lands, then I'll pick a hole. And I will start at that hole and see how many putts it takes me. Now, ideally, I want to make under 30 putts a round, and I've been doing this for a long time and tracking my statistics. Right now, I'm down at 27.9 putts per round. That's really good, but I want to stay under 30. And so I'm always tracking, and it's an average. Some days are better than others, but I'll go at each hole on this practice putting green 3 different times, and I don't go at the same hole 3 times in a row. Make a loop, and then I'll pick the next one. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer, but I go through the full process. Read the green, stroke the putt, and keep score. First hole, that's 2. Second hole, I made in 1 putt, so now I'm at 3, and you just keep going. And I set a goal to be under 30 putts for the 18 holes every time. But some method where you work on it and track it and keep your data written down. Keep your information written down so that you can know you're improving. So that's it. If you want to get better and know that you're getting better, work on specific things and keep track of your results so you know over time that you're making improvement. It'll make a huge difference. And if you want to nail down this putting thing once and for all and get really good at it, then I suggest that you check out my online course, How to Putt the Right Way. We go through everything from setup to stroke to speed and distance control and so much more. It'll really help you get good at putting. There's a link and a discount code in the video description. If you got value out of this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, put your comments and questions below. Check out this video on the screen now. Take the easy tap in on that subscribe button and start tracking, stop guessing, and start winning. And here's to you making more putts.